Okay, hello administrators at MacDaddyForSure.com and YouthWorks.com. Today I'm going to show you how to download PuTTY, install PuTTY, configure PuTTY, and moving from the root directory to the server directory within the within the Ubuntu VM. And there's two different scenarios which you'll have to do this. One scenario being the server has crashed, no won't let anybody join, and it's looping through exceptions. In that case, you can't kill the process of the server directly. You can from SSH. I'm not going to teach you how to do that. I'm going to teach you just to reboot the entire VM, and from there, the other scenario would be if the server just crashed and you need to turn it on. So in general, I would like the server to be running within the RDP environment, within remote desktop. So within, so type in my password for remote desktop here. Within the actual VM itself, I would like to have to be running with a terminal emulator, just how it is right now, instead of having to run it within SSH on someone else's machine, because you'll have to leave it on. You'll have to leave SSH on when you even when you're not playing Minecraft. So then when I get home, if I'm not at home, I have my cell phone generally and my laptop with me, and my tablet with me. And if I'm not able to access the internet or I have some other issues going on, I should be able to fix the issue of rebooting the VM normally. But this is just in case if you guys need to actually change something in the configuration files of one of the plugins, like hard code someone's name into permissions.ex. Then you'll need to do this, or if you need to reboot the server, I'm not available, or just want to do it quickly when you want to get into the server. Okay, anyway, so I'm going to show you how to download PuTTY, and then I'm going to show you, so first you can open your internet browser for downloading PuTTY, and we're going to search up here putty.org. Okay, putty.org, and it takes you to a link to download PuTTY, and that link is here. You need to click on the 64-bit MSI. So after that, after you click on the 64-bit MSI, you're going to download it, and you're going to click on it after it's finished downloading. It's already installed for me. There's no reason for me to change anything or remove. I'll remove it just to show you how to install PuTTY if you don't know how to install a program on your machine. All right, so not that one. So I'm going to show you how to install PuTTY, and so default location is fine for me, but I want there to be a desktop shortcut for PuTTY, so I'm going to enable that option. And then PuTTY is installing, and I don't need to view the README, so let's click Finish. And click on PuTTY, and then you want to type in MacDaddyForSure.com into the hostname box right here. And then port 22 will suffice. It's default port for the SSH, and it's the port that's forwarded to the Minecraft server VM. Okay, if you want to save the session, you should type in Minecraft server or a name that you'll remember for the session. You don't have to type in MacDaddyForSure.com each time. Instead, you'll click on Minecraft server. So save the session, and then open it. Open PuTTY. I'm gonna make this a little bigger so you guys can see. So open PuTTY, and Minecraft server should take us to, yes it does. Okay, so it does work. It just doesn't put the host name inside the box. But anyway, okay, I'm going to make this font a little bit larger so you can read what I'm typing. Alright, make it about 20 font, and open. Click on Minecraft server, and open. Oh, it's still kind of small. I'll zoom in with Premiere Pro, it's not a big deal. Okay, so Tyler, and then Minecraft server. Okay, the Minecraft server password is going to be different than what I've given you, but right now it's Minecraft server. And I'm going to change that in a few minutes after I finish this tutorial. Okay, and then a little bit about shell. If you see a $sign, so this is the username is at zeus.vmlinux minecraft. So the zeus.vmlinux minecraft is the host name. So type in host name and you'll get vmlinux minecraft. Zeus vmlinux minecraft. Okay, so it means it's dedicated. This VM is dedicated towards Minecraft. I have another VM for CS:GO, one for Gary's mod, another one for Quake, and I think there's another one that I can't remember at this moment. That's about it in this Minecraft. Yes, that's it. So Minecraft, CS:GO, Gary's Mod, and Quake 3. Okay, so from here, if you see a dollar sign right after after the host name, you see the dollar sign, that means you are not running as root. And root means that you are it's synonymous with Windows administrator account, where you can install programs and write to certain directories and take ownership directories. So administrator is the highest level of authentication normally on any kind of Windows computer. And then also, so in my situation, I'm running a domain inside the domain server inside of this. I'm running a domain server inside of this network. So the highest level of authentication would be enterprise admins and domain admins. But that's not relevant to you. Not exactly relevant to you, but anyways. But sudo, so super user do. This sudo stands for super user do. So do any kind of command after sudo inside of so it makes it root. So the Tyler account is a sudo but is not a root account. So the root account is different than an actual account like my Tyler account. So you'll always, when you log in, when you tunnel into the server, you'll always see the dollar sign unless you use SU. And SU will ask for the password for the root account. I don't think I even know it. So in this case, it'll show authentication failure. I don't know the password for this super user account. It's not necessary for me to know it. Anyway, so the super user account, if you're logged into a super user, you'll see a tic-tac-toe or a pound sign right here instead of this dollar sign. Just a little bit of information about shell. Okay, a little bit more information about Linux. The / is the beginning of the entire file system on Linux. So this, in the case of this VM, it's 127 gigabytes dynamically allocated storage, a virtual hard drive, and the root of that hard drive is always going to be /. So I'll give you show you what is in /. So ls / tell you exactly what is in the root of the entire Linux installation. In Windows, you might have a few different hard drives. So I'll show you right now. So in Windows, I have local disk, which is my SSD, RAID 1, which is there's 2 hard drives in RAID 1. That means it backs up every single file that is written to this this volume, and a RAID 0 where everything is striped. And so RAID 1 is on D colon, is mounted on D colon. RAID 0 is mounted on F colon. And okay, then there's then there's my Blu-ray drive, which is E colon, mounted on E colon, and what was network locations on X colon, Y colon, and Z colon. That's where they're mounted. Okay, so anyway, what you'll want to do, I'm sorry, the mount points for these hard drives, if they were mounted on a Linux machine, would be something like inside of dev, so cd dev sda. So cd dev sda, there's a hard drive there, and that's the main hard drive. But anyway, it's mounted to the root or the file system. So each one of these you can make a mount point to almost anywhere inside of Linux. And normally these drives be like if they're automatically mounted into media, in the media folder or to the mount folder. So you can type in mount to see everything that is mounted to the VM or mounted inside the VM. So you have the very bottom should be the actual hard drive or somewhere. So it's / the systems, and there should be a hard drive somewhere, but I can't find it. Anyway, so what you want to do to navigate to the Minecraft server directory, or the server directory, you'll have to type in CD, and CD stands for change directory. And when you use change directory, you can see which folders, so with the ls command, you can see which folders are currently in the current place you are in, or the current folder you are in with regards to the directory that you're working with, the working directory that you're in. So to change directory to the Minecraft server folder, you need to type in cd / stands for root, and then it's mounted to the home directory where user profiles are stored typically. in Ubuntu machines, and then it's Tyler, so Tyler / again, and then Minecraft. You'll see it right here. So this is currently a list of the Tyler directory, which is after home, or the root home Tyler, and then Minecraft is one level below that. Okay, this is Minecraft. And inside of the Minecraft directory, there's two folders. One's called Spigot with a space of 1.12. Another one is Spigot with a space 1.12.2. 1.12.2 is the current version of Minecraft. So we're gonna type in CD and then Spigot. And Shell does not know how to recognize Shell doesn't know how to recognize spaces with spaces in file types. So you want to type in a / space, and that'll tell Shell or the Ubuntu SSH tunnel that you're inserting a space into a file name or directory. Okay. Anyway, so Spigot space 1.12.2, hit enter. Then ls again. Inside you see all the contents of the directory. The plugins folder, if you want to go into the plugins folder, you'll cd into the plugins folder, which is right here. If you want to change something in server properties, you can type in nano, which is a very simple. It's a very simple text editor, so you can edit any text file or any text file within the system. Okay, and the executable is Spigot is 1.12.2.jar, and .jar is the executables for Java. And if you don't know already, Java is what the Java virtual machine is what the Java virtual machine is what runs Minecraft, both the client and the server editions. Okay, so and then we have this file called start.sh, and that is a script file within Bash or shell that allows us to run a script or a command without having to enter them manually. So manually it would be Java, and then Java jar, or actually how much memory is allocated to x, and how much the minimum amount of memory and the maximum amount of memory. But instead we're using a script which would be start.sh. So if I type in nano and start.sh, I can see inside this file, and it starts with # bin bash, and the CD's directory name of is typically not really, you don't need to know about that. Anyways, and then it'll start Java, minimum amount of memory, maximum amount of memory, specifying that's a jar executable. The executable itself 0 true, or O and true. Okay, so this number here is the minimum amount of memory that will run in the Java VM, and here is the maximum amount of memory that will run in the Java VM. So when there's TNT going off everywhere, the maximum amount of memory that will be loaded into the VM would be 16 gigabytes. And there's 32 gigabytes allocated to the actual host server, the Windows server. So, and 16 gigabytes is the maximum amount of memory allocated to the Minecraft server itself. All right, we hit Control X, and it will bring us back here because we didn't write anything, we didn't save it. If you did change something, you'll type in Y and then enter the Enter key. So Control X and hit Y to select yes to saving the file, and hit Enter. Okay, and to launch the server, you type in sudo, so superuser do, /start.sh, and type in the password for the account. Loading libraries, and if it's not already running, if the server is already running, which it is inside of the RDP session, then it'll find starting Minecraft server on 10.0.0.42 with a default port of where Minecraft runs. And it says a little bit later, after that, failed to bind to port, and that means that the server is already running on that port. So in this IP address, we cannot run another Minecraft server on this port. So that means we're gonna have to reboot the entire Minecraft VM server. And also just real quick, so 10.0.0.42 is the subnet that my network works on. The host server is 10.0.0.2, and the host name is Zeus. The VM drives as the name of VM Linux Minecraft. And the port is always the same. It's forwarded inside the router settings to this computer of 10.0.0.42. Okay, that's a mouthful anyways, you don't have to exactly know that, but that's just a little bit of information of what's going on inside this network. There's various other services involved in the host machine of Zeus: DHCP, DNS, Active Directory server, Active Directory services, and then also DNS and DHCP server, if I haven't mentioned that already. Okay, so since we can't launch Minecraft, say if it's in a crash state, you can't actually you can't log in, but it says you can't bind to port. It means it's either an exception loop or it's just not, the Minecraft server is not responding. So what we'll do then is we'll type in sudo and reboot space reboot. So REB002 T, and unexpectedly close the connection between the SSH server, SSH client, and the SSH server on the virtual machine. You can close PuTTY, open it again, click on the RDP session to see how long it takes for it to load again. Okay, that was grub. Grub will automatically launch the Ubuntu, or unless you're in a rescue, it needs to be in a rescue state, then it will press enter on one of those. We'll scroll to rescue mode and recover that. Don't do that. I'll be taking care of that if there's an issue with the VM itself. Okay, so starting all the services. And there's the display manager just came up, and the login prompt. We can go back to PuTTY, type and search, use the Minecraft server, hit open, and it asks us to log in again. So it logs in again. Then we type in home, Tyler, and then Minecraft. And cd spigot / space 1.12.2. Okay, and then inside of the spigot folder server directory, you type in sudo userdo start.sh. Type in the password again. Oh, and Donut was asking about the password. It does not show up, so you have to type in without knowing what you're typing in. So type in the password, and you won't know what password is. So you can hit the backspace key, and you can erase the letters that are already written in memory. So it's storing everything you type input into memory. So you can erase the entire thing. So you can hit the backspace, hold down the backspace key for a few seconds, and then type in the password again if you know you made a mistake. So I just did right now. So in the password, and then hit enter. And if the password was correct, you see loading libraries and asking you to wait. Okay, now it's loading plugins. You know there's no issue with binding to port. There's not another instance running. Loading the worlds. Okay, and the server is done loading, so it's loading the plugin, Node Plus, Vault, and it looks like there's some issue. The warning here is establishing SSL connection without server requirements. SSL connection cannot be established by default if the explicit option isn't set. For it set to false, you need to either explicitly set SSL setting, use SSL false, or use the SSL true, provide a trust for the server certificate verification. I don't have SSL, it shouldn't be enabled on the server. I think I know what it's talking about, and it's according to MySQL. So I don't have SSL set up or port 443 set up for MySQL. It's not exactly important to you, but anyways, just leave these errors alone. It's a warning, not an error. So, and anyway, the server is up, and this means you can type into chat and say hello to other people, and then or say hello to people on the server. And okay, that'll be it. You are finished, and when I get home, or when like when I'm able to switch it over to the RDP session, like I'll do that now. Switch over to the RDP session. I will type in the password and remote into the Zeus as the server, and reboots. Do the same process of rebooting the VM, the entire VM, and then launching the Minecraft server once again. Okay, and that'll be it. All right, thank you very much, everybody, and talk to you soon.